think we are here. Everything is working. Hopefully my mic is decent. It is a little difficult with the hoodie on, but that's what we're wearing today. I need to adjust one more time just to get it. But welcome. Maybe that's better. That feels more towards what we're doing, but welcome back to another live stream. Live chat is working. Another Friday, another week. Talking toys. I am Justin, the Zilla. Hello, as always. We're doing our thing. We are here to ramble, here to vibe. Just my lights a bit, so they're pointed more towards me. Back with the hoodie. One of the hoodies. I haven't worn this in a while. Well, it's mainly like a, I don't know. I guess this would just be a hoodie and over hoodie. I don't know. In any case, we're back. Another Friday. Another day to talk toys. Do our thing. And just have fun. I guess first off, gonna say happy Thanksgiving to y'all who celebrate here in the States and those outside. Hope you've had a good weekend. Hope you've had a good week. And also, this is on Black Friday as well, so some people are probably spending. I know probably a lot of people aren't, just to, do their thing, especially here in America, because everything is not really for sale. Everything is just down to the they're down to the price that they were before, or the regular price. The regular price of stuff that would be like the same price, that it was like a year or two before. It don't even matter. But in any case, hope y'all are doing good. I'm doing all right. Had a good turkey Thanksgiving dinner. Had turkey. Had deviled eggs, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, all that jazz. Ice cream pie, all that stuff. Was that it? Because we didn't have any greens, because we realized we didn't have any green beans. So I was like, well, no greens, but we survived, and we do. But it was fun hanging out with my buddies, with my friends, coming over to hang out with my folks and I. So that was fun to see my boys, my boy, my bro. Always a good time. Hang out with the people you care for. Especially now when a lot of us can rarely even make the time, even myself, to even do these live streams. But I've had extra time off. I've been off since yesterday. Of course, Wednesday was last day working, and then they gave us yesterday and this Friday and then this whole weekend off. So get to take a break, get to do my thing. I've been doing a lot of reorganizing, especially since last week's live stream, messing with the Marvel Legends Wasp and Giant Man. So they are now on my Avengers shelf. I'm staring right at them. I'll probably show them in a bit once we switch cameras over. But I do want to mention something that I did do based on one of the accessories that came with the Giant Man and Wasp 2-pack. I keep wanting to say Ant-Man, but it's Wasp. So of course, with Hank Pym, he had to come with his lab coat, and so I decided, because with Giant Man, I'm just having him as just Giant Man. I'm not gonna have him unmasked or have his lab kind of thing, because I got a Hank Pym figure that's with the West Coast Avengers, and I just like that look for him a little bit more. So, and I didn't, and I'm surprised that I didn't think about this sooner. Excuse me, but I did do put the Marvel Legends Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man figure in the lab coat. And honestly, it looks pretty good. I know I have to probably change the hands and give them like the blue glove hands, but just to kind of see, it's like, 'cause I switched out, yeah, the masked head with the unmasked, and you know, I just think he looks pretty good. So I don't know if he'll be like this forever or if this is, well, this is mainly just for now, yeah, just to see how this looks. But I think it looks all right. It's a fun little thing to do. It adds a little bit extra to this Spidey. So looks cool. He's doing like a little hello there. I am Dr. Peter Parker. I guess he's a doctor. But yeah, so fun little extra thing. Yeah, that I did with the lab coat that came with they came with Giant Man, just to use it for something, and might possibly be a picture, or that might just how he is displayed on the shelf from here on out. But we'll see. It'll take some doing, but it's a fun little. It's just a fun little thing, a nice little add-on to mess around with these figures and have them have different looks. So in due time. So cool little thing. Yeah, a little extra thing I wanted to mention. And then we will get to our weekly pickups, because I did get some today and pretty excited for them, because Black Friday, and I was specifically, it's like I didn't go to any other like major retail stores. I specifically just wanted to support my local my comic shops specifically, and local just businesses, and the stuff that I picked up, excuse me, was all from, okay, I will mention, to get a thing, got 3 whole figures. So shout out to my local, to one of my local, comic shops, Rocket Comics. Great guys, always good vibes. The boys there are just the greatest. Let me make sure everything is working. Yes. Okay. So yeah, kind of vibing there, doing good. Always the best. Eddie, specifically the owner. Shout out to Eddie. Great person, hardworking dude. Always just able to talk and giving good vibes, especially now. So it's pretty cool. So, and it's nice to support small and local businesses that need it, especially those, that I am frequent to. And Eddie had a bunch of stuff. So he had a buy 2, get 1 free on on all figures. So I went ahead and got me a few. So first thing that I went for there to pick out at my local comic shop was, I finally picked up the Marvel Legends Death's Head. This is I believe this was a Comic-Con exclusive, a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, kind of like early this year, or even like late last year, but then they did a regular release. So that's when Eddie got this dude in there, and he looks great. He looks so awesome. He has art on the side, and and of course it's like with this box set, it's based off of the old cards, I believe, that they would have these characters on. Did they have anything? I don't know. Yeah, so they don't really say anything, but a beautiful looking box and a cool, and a cool figure and a neat character, a very unique character that I don't think that we've really had in figure form. I don't think ever. It's like I'm more familiar with Death's Head 2, because he got a figure first way back when they did Guardians Volume 2, like a wave of that, and he was just in there, with the other comic characters. So it's cool to get the first one finally, kind of like that classic version in 1988. So pure 80s, near 90s nostalgia. So pretty cool. Neat little thing. Future live stream sometime next year, maybe, or just be, it might be something just for me for Christmas. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But cool little thing. And then it's like, okay. So I knew I was getting Death's Head. I knew that already because I was like, well, if any day, it's going to be today. Get Death's Head. Because he's been on my long list, to get for a while. But then, it's like, well, wandering around like a collector shop, specifically, and probably all y'all can relate to. It's like sometimes depending on what shop you're at, it's like you got too many options. In some case, you're kind of like, well, I could get this character, I could get DC, I could get Joe's, I could get Street Fighter, I could get Star Wars, I could get Marvel, I could get Ninja Turtles, I could get anime. So I'm just like, so I was just making my rounds around the store, kind of like trying to pick to see what my two other figures I wanted to get. And so I went with, because it's like, because I planned on this for a while. I went with, and I'll just show them both off. And I did get one of these for free, as per the thing. But I finally got the new Star Wars Black Series Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia Organa from the first Star Wars movie, from Star Wars A New Hope, as they call it. I just call it Star Wars. That's just my thing. I'm like, it's just Star Wars. It's just the first movie. It's just called Star Wars. It's not A New Hope. It's Star Wars. It's not Episode 4. Like, even though I get it, I get the whole thing, because it's like, it's Star Wars, it's Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And and then you have Episode 1, 2, and 3, who are Phantom Menace, Clone Wars, and then Revenge of the Sith. So, it's just Star Wars. But it's cool to finally get these upgrades, to get Luke and Leia finally, again, in their classic look. So where you have Luke in the farm boy look, and then you have Leia in her all-white clothing. So nice to finally get these upgrades at some point. So definitely need to get the Han and Chewie, and definitely do a stream of these. I might wait to get Han and Chewie, just so I can get all 4 of the original, like the main human cast, and then we'll do a stream of that sometime next year, because I got the whole rest of this year planned when it comes to streams, because there's so much, to get, so much to buy. I wonder, do they? Oh, okay. And then you can line up the little mural thing right there, so that's pretty cool. So I wonder how Han and Chewie. I assume Han is going to be by Leia, but then Chewie will be next to him. I don't know. We'll see down the line, but it'll be fun, because she's number 8 and Luke is number 9. So in due time. So we'll get, so in time we'll get Han and Chewie and kind of do all 4. Get our main 4 kind of like major cast. We also still need, I also still need to get a Ben Kenobi. I don't have a single Ben from all the way back then. But we're going to show off. So this is all I got for Black Friday. Just these 3. Supporting my local comic shops, my local little businesses, doing the thing. Having fun, being happy, enjoying new toys. Even though like we're so close to Christmas, which is always insane to me. I'm like, December's nearly here. Why? Okay. I get like having a day where stuff goes on discount, specifically on Black Friday, like before December. But I'm always like, y'all, can we just not? Can we just, like, have stuff regular priced? But getting stuff on discount, I'm not going to complain in any case. But, even like buying groceries, it's like, can we get Black Friday sales on those? I've been seeing the memes of those going around being kind of like, stores. I don't need a plasma, a giant, like, a plasma TV. I just want groceries, man. So I always kind of find that funny now, but it's cool. It's nice adding to the collection, supporting, your local businesses, especially on like such, I would say, like a more big corporate kind of holiday like this, where they're kind of like, go to your big corporate store and spend all your money because they're giving you deals because it's Black Friday. And essentially now it's kind of like, well, it's not really a deal. You're basically just going down to regular price of figures, and that's it. Because that's even like, okay, I'll even mention, when it comes to figures, I did pay about like $65 for all three of these, so it kind of evens out to about like 20 per, or 25 even, or 23, 22, whatever it is on the math. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like, basically it's like, I'm getting a free figure nowadays. But back then, $60 could get you 3 figures. Now, $60 can make you, can basically get you 2 figures, maybe 1, depending on, on your company that you choose. And even then, sometimes that's not enough. So, the economy, our country, the United States, doing what they do best. They're like, oh, people can't afford stuff? Well, time to jack up those prices even more. So it's cool. But I'm still happy that I have getting new stuff still, even though I still have my pile of figures to open. But we'll be doing that. We'll be doing our thing. I got plenty of stuff to open and figure out what to do. I also still have to record videos. We'll do voice lines as well to make sure I will have content for y'all before the end of this year for every week, because we're definitely going to have be having at least 2 more streams, maybe even 3 before the end of this year, because next week for sure, because I got a FNAF one planned. Because of the new movie that comes out next Friday, so next week. And then it'll be the week after that, I know for sure. And then probably the 3rd week, I think it is, because I'll be in town. Because that's before Christmas. Because then the week of Christmas, 25th is like I believe Christmas is like a Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it's a Wednesday. So it's right there in the middle of the week. So that'll be good to have. So expect a video then. And then, then also probably during the new year, might have a video for that too, depending on if I'm out of town or not. I don't think I'll be out of town, but I'll plan one. I'll make sure I have 2 videos that are ready to go whenever I need it, and might even just take that Friday off, coming back home. I gotta get all my stuff back together. I gotta get my recovery time before I'm back into it, because I'll be back to working too as well. So the grind will not stop for anything. It never ends. It's just a living and surviving and forced to grind to live in this economy. And then also next week is going to be kind of busy because I'll be getting a new car, so it'll be nice. But it's snowing like crazy out there. It's going to be all right on Monday though, so I can drive. So I'll be okay. But man, this snow really comes out of nowhere, and now it's just here to stay. Probably. Hopefully not, but it will. I mean, we're basically there to Christmas time already. It's like okay, yeah, I know it's basically like it's like okay, we have Thanksgiving and people do want to try to like enjoy that holiday, but I think now it's kind of like it's like yeah, let's get through Thanksgiving. It's cool to have food and to watch stuff and then yeah, and yeah, and enjoy the family time. And usually it's always like, well, time to talk politics and have no fun with family. I mean, that's what all Thanksgiving is. Also Christmas in some way, but I think it's all about getting to Christmas, getting to the end of the year, just making it through and seeing what the new year will bring. And I can't believe it. We're nearly there. Yeah, this whole year has been a whirlwind. It's been insane. Last year was even crazier for me personally. So it's a weird. But y'all have been here for a majority of the year and been supporting me and sticking around and watching these at least shorts wise. Well, the shorts do pretty well. It's like these streams haven't really been doing that great. I think it's just the algorithm with live streams. It feels like right now, if you're not a big creator, it's like, good luck, especially doing like a more niche kind of thing, like figure collecting. I don't know how niche it is now, but I mean, there's a lot of freaking people who do it, but not huge as collectors. And I'm just a dude. I'm just rambling. Y'all know this. I'm just here to have fun and chat with those who are here on the live, and then hopefully to see the interactions with y'all here on the video. So yeah. Oh yeah. I guess I'll do my call to action. Be sure, like this video. Comment what you want to see on this channel. I appreciate it. And be sure to subscribe, as always. I need support, because without this, I won't be able to do this with you guys or even have the motivation, I guess. But but it's really cool. It's like we did hit 300 subscribers like a couple weeks ago. So that was really cool to finally hit that milestone. Hopefully at some point get to like 500 would be nice. I think that's just my next goal. It's like, yes, we'll get to 400 and that'll be great. But 500, that is like, oh, bro, is it happening? I mean, it's taken me, over 10 years of having this channel to actually do something more consistent, even though it isn't a video. It isn't like a short form of, entertainment. It's just me yapping to y'all, but I enjoy it, and I hope that you enjoy it. So yeah, be sure to subscribe, support the channel, appreciate it as always. So yeah, any other things? The wall is still the same. Might open something up there at some point. I just gotta open more shit, to be honest. How far am I? I'm 23 minutes and I can curse now. I don't give a fuck, bro. But plenty to open on here. Might be a lot for next year. And also need to extend more on the wall still, because I got plenty of command hooks, so I got time. Especially during this weekend. I can probably do that tomorrow, so expect hopefully more. At least I want to at least get another row, maybe 2 by next week. So yeah. Of anything else? Am I missing anything? I don't think so. I think I've mentioned all my things. If any of y'all in the live chat have any questions or want to suggest anything, be sure to let me know. I am always open to showing stuff off and just yapping. Let's yap. That's all I wanted to do. But I think it is time. Oh yeah, and I forgot to. Actually, give me a minute. I'm gonna turn off my camera and I'm gonna mute my mic, and I have to actually go get something. So I shall be back. I'm gonna mute this. Oh, what is it? Where is it? That my button? That's my button. Is that? All right. We back. Mic is on. I am unmuted. I am seen. Had to retrieve something before we got into this whole shebang. Water, bruh. Yeah, no. Might be a sponsor one day. I might show your logo, but right now it's just good old barcode. Barcode. Drink water. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a sponsor. Maybe one day. That's all I drink is water. I'm a clean cut little boy. All right. I think we are going to go ahead, switch our camera over, look at these figures, talk, and do our thing. And be ridiculous. Let's switch on over. There we are. We're going to move my lights, if they don't fall, over. There. Alrighty. And here, well, they are the Mcfarlane Toys Superman 2025 Superman robots. So where these are, of course, the robots. That Superman has. Why the hell is this camera so jank, bro? Why you gotta be Garbo? Okay, here. Maybe it'll like this more, probably. Bruh. Alright, there it is. So here's our things. Looking pretty sweet. Looking pretty cool. Of course, has a lot of glare because of this ring light, but in any case, cool figures. Of course, these are Superman's robot, or I guess they call them just Superman robot. In any case, but these are the robots specifically. They do depict number 4 on here. Yeah, like as the main one. So where where Superman made these guys to kind of, I guess, help kind of like keep up all the stuff that has to be done at the Fortress of Solitude during, just during his years of making the fortress and discovering that he's an alien. And I think that there's I think in canon of the movie, and probably technically in the comics, if he has these guys in the comics, is that like they were kind of like on his kind of blueprints of like things he can build. Like they just gave him a bunch of kind of like Kryptonian kind of like tech and shit. And they're like, oh, also you can build a robot servant and build a lot of them because they can make each other, but you'll have to start the first one and then see how it goes from there. He's like, okay. And he numbered each of them. They both, they all have capes and they all have little faces. So pretty cool little things. And you might ask, well, why do we have multiple if we can't switch out, the thing without like painting or getting something? But that is where our thing from Beard Skull Studios from a collector for collectors. There's all his stuff to check him out, because this dude made this, which is a whole sticker sheet. We might as well open it anyways, because we are going to be using it now. I haven't taken it out of the bag just to keep it preserved, but you have numbers 1 through 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So you get all your numbers up to 12. Of course, because I would assume we get to like a 13, maybe 14 by the time we get to the end of the movie. But by the start of the movie, we're only up to number 12, who is very funny in that movie, who I very much enjoy that they gave them like all like kind of personalities, even though I guess they're specifically not to, even though like they're specifically not supposed to have them, but it still works. I think they're still cool. I think they're cool. So very nice. So thank you, Bearded Skull Studios, coming in clutch with something that we can use a bit later on in the stream. Why is this camera provoking me, bro? All right. So, well, we might move these for the side for now just to keep them intact and just so we don't mess with them, because we are going to be turning this one specifically to number 12, because that's the more familiar one from the, just from the movie and from the trailers and everything, because I did mark them. So the first one I got does have this little mark there that I marked with a pen, and this one doesn't, of course, have that. So I know which one's which, and this one will be our main number 4, and this one's going to be our number 12. So we basically will be doing a review just on this one, mainly because it's the same figure as this, but we'll be using the sticker thing live here on stream and changing that 4 to a 12. Even seeing, I guess, if I can change the actual physical thing on there. I think that that's just painted, but if it's a sticker, I might even take it, but we'll see. So we will put this robot Superman, well, the Superman robot, back there, and we're going to have this one right behind it. Keep her going. Why is my thing so effed up? My angle looks awful, bruh. Look. There we go. I think this is a bit better, but there he is in all his plastic glory. Of course, this is the classic, DC multiverse, Mcfarlane kind of box, that we come to expect now. A bit bigger, has the whole deluxe theatrical edition of this figure, even though it's the only Superman robot figure, that they have released. So I don't know what they're doing, because this is also technically a Mcfarlane Platinum edition, figure. I don't know if this is my first platinum or anything. I probably got to see if I want to keep these little stickers or not, because I don't think I have before, and I might not start, or I might just. I don't know. It's kind of neat. But, of course, you see the actual figure and all of its plastic glory with all the accessories and its card and the little stand down there. Have your DC, yeah, the multiverse with a new DC logo there where it's all, like, crooked. I guess that's just a thing that they did, but it's classic. It's how it is. DC Studios Superman. Superman, a robot. Has a nice shiny thing. Nothing on the top really. Thing has 22 points or 22 moving parts in multiple languages. Has your McFarlane Toys logo there. Let's get a better shot of that because the man made the toy. 12 plus, more collector friendly. DC Multiverse, Superman, Robot, Superman, DC Studios, a lot of Superman talk. At the bottom, have your DC and Superman and Warner Brothers logo with Superman 2025 logo. Have all your things, legalese, your barcode there. On the side, have a DC Studios logo there, but has the Superman on the side here with David Cornsweet's version of Superman, who is probably personally my favorite live action Superman to date. Henry Cavill was good for the time. He was fine. I just don't think he was given a lot to work with, so I didn't really care too much. I was like, okay, great, it's Superman. Move on. But David Cornsweet, he's got the vibes, bro. He's just cool. He's just chill. Superman. Bro is so wholesome. I love the actor and I love him. He does great work. You got McFarlane Toys up there. Superman Robot, Superman. And then a nice little kind of, I guess it's supposed to be kind of like a drawing, I guess. Kind of like mock-up of of number 4. I think, you know what they reference? His name would be like Gary or something at the end of the movie because he's like, well, can I have a name? And Superman's like, and Superman's like, well, you have a name. It's 4. And he's kind of like, yeah. But, but there's also like Gary. That would be nice. And apparently, it's like, but number 4 was played by Adam Tudyk, and apparently he improv that. So, shout out to Alan Tudyk as well. A comedy genius, bro. So cool. Just awesome people, just doing great work. I love the movie so much, despite some, I guess, kind of haters who can't enjoy happiness and, just enjoying all the themes, all the very relevant themes of what's going on in that movie and how just like significant it felt at the time. And it's a big success. So, yeah. But we will go ahead, open up this dude and get down to it. But before I move that, gotta get the kit out because we do have some tools in use as usual. Shall be put over here. Have our trusty X-Acto blade as always. So I'll place that there for now. We will set this at the bottom and we'll just go from the bottom of the box. As usual, I think I will kind of make sure this goes smoothly as it can. Make sure this is not going to fall. I can probably come down lower, TBH. All right. Our thing. One little slice. Oh, but into the cardboard. Slice. Don't cut towards yourself. Let's keep my distance a bit. There we go. turn this over. Get cardboard out of here. There's our figure. And just to show off, here's the box. Fully empty. Just garbo. Plastic. But we do have a nice little backdrop here that you also get your card is stored in there, and then also the stand. But this is kind of like the Fortress of Solitude in the movie, or just a giant freaking close-up picture of a crystal in the fortress. So nice detail, looks great. But we are gonna get out our little items here. Of course, there's plastic dust and cardboard everywhere, but we're gonna open up this first. Stand, get our basic Mcfarlane stand, of course. What the heck? Bruh. You know what? I'm not fighting this thing. Okay. Made my opening. I just cut a little slot. Bruh. At least this is all just shit that don't matter. Come on. Get out of there. Okay. There we go. Big break. Oh my god. Things are already dusty. Out of the box. But there it is. Just your basic kind of DC Mcfarlane stand. Just has the peg. It's just a round black circle. So, pretty nice. And that's even technically the old DC logo. So they were like, yeah, use that. We don't probably care that much, or didn't even really look. And it makes sense for them to just do it the same way, and instead of making a new batch to be like, okay, we gotta change it now. Oh yeah, but we're gonna get rid of this now. That's over there. Get all this cardboard dust off of here. Like, what the hey, bro? Always so much cardboard. All this paper. But there is our deluxe theatrical edition card of Superman Robot, or as he's called, number 4. Superman Robot from Superman. Nice little image there. Of course, it's the same image as that. And then also, of course, the image on the card here is the same on the back of the box. Data file, real name, NA. His name is number 4. It's right there. They've explained it in the movie. The 6, the Superman Robot's simple metal automatons, currently led, by Robot 4. He has a name. It's Robot 4. So there it is, I guess. Man, the Fortress of Solitude for the Man of Steel. Caring not only for him, but for his Kryptonian legacy as well. Also, they're also stuck with, taking care of Crypto as well. And we're like, it's a dog. It doesn't listen to us because because it knows that we will not literally do anything to like harm or kind of like really do that much to this dog. So it's a wild animal. It doesn't care because it knows that we're robots and that we don't really have emotions or attachments to like it as a creature. So it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing my thing. And they're like, all right, please don't, but he's unruly. He doesn't listen to us. So I guess that's all we can do. And then Superman's like, damn it, Kara, take care of your dog, you drunkard. And of course, she shows up at the end as well to have her little cameo. Become like, hey, what's going on? Where's my freaking dog? Like, she hasn't read the news or whatever. But I guess she's been on another planet getting drunk. by the sun because they can't physically actually get drunk. But there is our Superman robot. He's a bit thrown out there. A lot of blue that my camera is kind of taking in. He's alright. Hold on. Doesn't look too bad, but camera is always adjusting to what's surroundings. But we'll get this guy open and I show off what's going on here. Getting even closer, I guess I could. But do I prefer this? Yeah, I think I prefer this. Okay. First, we will take out his smaller accessories. First, of course, getting to the hands. And we'll just show off our accessories just to get through it. We have a right-handed trigger finger hand. So that's neat, I guess. If I can find something to use it as a weapon, because he doesn't come with anything to really hold or use as a weapon, but then he also has a left-handed thumbs up hand, and you can see all the little detail of all like the hinges and how it's all robotic and metal plated, and how it's like that pattern actually does match up from side to side. So that's pretty cool. And you have your different kind of hands there. Sure. Okay. Next, gonna be and these are like little plates. It's gonna be our first alternate head, which is kind of, I guess, I assume that this is like a power off kind of look, because he doesn't have any little eye detailing. It's just a straight metallic blue line, but has just like the black surrounding still. And his mouth is still open and white, but I don't know. I guess that is kind of like, kind of like a shutdown, or kind of just like, I don't know, or kind of like protective case, but I don't know. But I didn't expect it to be a different face plate, like to be a plate like this, but it makes sense. It's probably easier to mold and to switch it out instead of making all separate heads, having to do all that. Then getting both of these out. First, we have a kind of like excited, I would think, a look where he's kind of like, ooh. It's like, it actually gives me but number 12 vibes. Like she's like, ooh, he noticed me, and kind of like giggles a bit. So he has like the eye kind of detail, has like, it looks like a brick kind of patterning on either side, but that's all like little lights there, as we saw in the movie. And has like the little silver at the bottom, but then the other one is more of, just a straight up like a, huh? Just full on, like just squinting your eye. And this one, the black is still covering more of the silver compared to this, where that's using like more of the silver. So that's interesting to like show that they have like different layers and can have different variety of looks, because that's how Superman made them. He made them so that they can express how they're feeling and actually kind of have a personality, even though but even if that was more intentional or not, or just happenstance, it just works out. And they look great. And I love the design that they have for these. I don't know if this is actually close to the comic designs, if he had ones in the comics. I feel like he did at some point, but I can't remember if these are actually fully accurate compared to the comic versions. If y'all want to let me know, feel free. Because I'll be honest, DC is never my full-on wheelhouse, but you know, it's gonna be fun. And getting off those twist ties too wasn't too bad, as you saw. Hopefully you saw in the camera. I wasn't walking it too much. But not a bad experience at all opening this guy. And I can already feel, okay, this is going to be interesting. I feel like this is going to be an interesting kind of figure. And I haven't seen really anything about anyone talking about these, getting these, reviewing these. Well, admittedly, I haven't looked, just so. At least for this one, I wanted to keep my full first impressions. But they look great. Well, there's our plastic. Goes in the corner. Gonna clear off my table. There we go. Alright. Trash. You can just go right there. Alright. I'm gonna move you. Put you over here. And we're gonna move our thing up. We're gonna come on down. We're gonna get our bearings for a moment, get everything position, and if we need to adjust, we will, but we're gonna go with this angle for now, because here is our robot Superman. Or Superman robot, I should say. I keep saying robot Superman, but it's Superman robot. A Superman robot. We'll just call him Robot 4. How about that? Because like how they is that how they mention him on the thing? Robot 4. Or just 4. I'll just call him Gary. Because, you know, he said the thing. We're going to put this card right here. Put the stand back here. Because he's like, and Gary's a name too. And Superman's like, oh. Well, you've been thinking about this. I guess you can call yourself Gary if you want. I'll do it. I'll call you Gary if you want me to, but all right. But I named you. But there's our dude, our robot. Let's get all a little more close, so we will be moving my camera up a bit. But there he is, looking all cool. And of course, he comes packed on with the fully open eye there. I will say he is of course, quite a bit skinny. So it's going to be a bit difficult to get to focus on here and also to stand. But overall, this detail, I just got to say, is already like super impressive. Like this just reminds me exactly of the movie. Especially even if I get it, oh yeah, if I get it like out of like the main lighting, it is like having like the whole backlighting. Hold on. Because that even looks great, even with this front light off. Even can turn on the side light and it's kind of catches all those highlights. It looks super cool. It just looks awesome. Is this thing making this do weird things? I don't know. That's why you have that to balance that out. Okay. But there it is. I think this figure looks pretty cool. I like the detailing there where you have some lining up there at the top. You do have an obvious seam of where the faceplates change out, but pretty good. Dave says, looks very good, bro. I definitely missed Mcfarlane figures. Yeah, have you not gotten any, Dave? But thank you anyways. I appreciate it. Oh, I definitely missed. Yeah, yeah. Are you being like specifically like talking about like these figures? If so, I definitely recommend to pick them up, just based on just the look alone, and especially yeah with the thing that I'll be doing a little bit later down the stream. Yeah, once I open up that second one, because I got a little thing to change up the numbers, so it's cool. But yeah, but detail wise, it has like a little like a cylinder kind of thing going on here at the head. Have like a little ball joint. It's all blue there. Has the number 4 as the thing. Dave says I have the 2022 the Batman figure and I love it. Okay, cool. Yeah, specifically the Mcfarlane. I assume you're talking about. Yeah, because that makes sense with what you said. Context wise. Yeah, that one I think it looked good for the time. I do need to get me a Pattinson Batman at some point, because I do love that design. It's like yeah, it's just for me personally. Yeah, I'm very selective when it comes to McFarlane characters or kind of like or any kind of like figures, and we'll see a few of those. We'll see some of my favorites here because I do have a decent amount, and they're pretty good. And yeah, and already like I can't really complain about this figure at all. Just seeing just all the details like already here, like even down to the ab area and under the whole chest there, even to the arms of all the little pistons and kind of robotic things going on there, and going down to the hands. And you do have included first a pointer finger and a fist there. It would have been nice to have a pair of like fist, I would say, and then maybe just have just the thumbs up and the pointer, because I don't really know what he can hold or use with with a trigger finger hand. I guess it would be like if you wanted to like I guess type or just yeah yeah, or if in the movie if he uses like some kind of weapon. I don't think they do, but but pretty good. And then down to the legs, some nice detail there. A lot of the same kind of tubing and just metalwork there, and that's where they have their copyright thing on the back of the leg. I guess that kind of makes sense. It would be all right if that's how they want to do that. I guess it works. And you don't really see it because you got the plates on the front there, and those are actually kind of alienistic, kind of futuristic, but kind of retro. And then you have the more exposed. Oh yeah, and then you have the full copyright down there at the bottom of the thing. I don't know why you wouldn't have that like at the bottom of the feet, especially with this kind of thing. Maybe even on the butt. I guess yeah, it would have been all right. I don't know. I guess they they figured it out. I mean, because you're not really looking for it, so yeah, I don't think that you're gonna really see that too much. But then getting back to the details of the legs, I do like I do like the fact that you have like a plating kind of thing going on here. That's under the knee, and then has more robotic details going on there, and then down to a foot that's still kind of like plated and very flat foot and very kind of small, and he's very thin, but he does have peg holes there. So if you want to use the stand, make sure he doesn't fall. It works. Works pretty well. So there he is on his stand. Looking pretty sick there. And then, of course, I think the big thing really about this figure is that he has an actual wired cape. So, of course, he has a super bright blue cape compared to Superman's red, but you have a wire that is coming down the front all the way down here to the end. So you can do things like having it go up this way, coming down flat, move it out to the side, and then, of course, you have that on the same side, even though his cape is a bit smaller, so you're not getting, I would say, as much dynamic kind of like billowing of capes, or kind of like it in the wind, at least too much, but it's really cool. It's really, really nice. Dave says, one question. Do you have the regular McFarlane, with Superman, or the one that clones with Crypto? Oh, that comes with Crypto. Okay. I don't have any of the other McFarlane Superman figures. Well, actually, I forgot I actually do have one, but he's one of like the villains. I'll have to grab him once we're done talking about him. But I got the the Battle Damaged the Ultraman. I got him because he was finally on clearance, so I picked him up because I was kind of like, oh, I need more Superman villains anyways, even if they're movie characters, because he's just because he was like a cool character in that movie, so it makes sense. And I think I might just put this back down flat. It just looks better. I do gotta kind of work with the mans, but he looks good. It is kind of awkward. I will say that they don't have articulation here inside the actual head. It's just a full, solid one piece. So as you can see there, it's like you don't get any articulation there at the top of the head. It's all just onto the neck, the ball joint there. So it is a bit awkward. I feel like he should be able to move his whole head, but I don't know if that's really accurate to what it was. It probably was. I don't know. But we'll go over the articulation real quick. So of course you have the ball at the bottom of the neck. Can rotate that much and gives you that much up, that much down. Not a whole lot. You do get a bit of tilt. So we can be like huh, 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 huh. So not too bad. Dave says the good thing is that the figure articulation is not warped. True. But yeah. But I do have a Superman. I will say that just straight up, because of course I would have a Superman. At least. You gotta have at least a Superman in the collection. What's next? So then for articulation at the shoulders, get a hinge that goes up that much, but it also kind of shifts up and down a bit, so it's kind of like on a drop down kind of thing, it feels like, or it's just a very long rod there from the shoulder into the socket. But that gives you some round and round there, and just full on rotation there, so you can fit the whole shoulder to go up that far. I think we did do a full rotation. No bicep swivel. You just get a single jointed elbow, which goes up compared to the arms, kind of all the way up. Pretty good, not bad at all. Doesn't feel like it has a rotation. So this feels like it should be. Is that a solid piece? That is a solid piece. There is no peg on that arm, on either arms. That is kind of crazy to me. I kind of would expect them to at least have swivels at the arms there. But no. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh God. If I don't break this. Do these hands not even the hands don't even articulate? Hold on. What? This is a very Yeah, this is very much just throwing me off. How accurate does McFarlane want this to be? Where he's kind of like, well, that's a solid piece, so that one move this way. Even though probably in the movie they probably do whatever they want, but they still make it realistic enough. But they can still like do stuff. What the hell? Bruh. Yeah, this throwing me off. And this is supposed to be, well, this is just 22 points, so this would be 12-12. Well, 11-11, which would be 22. Okay, because then we have to, count the head, because that's 1. So what takes up these? So what's the 21? Well, it would be something else here, because on the torso, on the upper torso, you do have, I think it's a rod of a ball in there, so you do get, here, let me move my cape. Get it. Also didn't mention the detail on the back, just some nice plating and some other robot bits there, also plating on the back and back there. Pretty cool. But yeah, but at the upper torso, you can just rotate 360 there. I don't think you can really move that much. I think it's just all just, it's just a giant peg in there. No anything there, but then you do have a ab crunch on this little piece there. So that does go forward about that far. Goes back about that far. That's pretty great for this. I bet I can go more. Nope. That's where that is, because it has that little plate thing there. And then, and then that's it there at the torso. So there's 2. So we have 1, 2, 3 at the actual torso, and then all the rest are side by side. That'd be 19. All right. All right. Okay. And then at the legs, sorry, I'm just kind of like, it's like with this one, like I'm actually like counting the moving parts as they advertise. Because it's just very like weird. I didn't expect this to be a bit more stuck like it is. I feel like it would at least have some more movement. I feel like they did in the movie, but I guess not. It's just weird. It's just throwing me off, bro. All right. Get back to it. And Dave says the tension on the figure articulation is not bad. Is not bad either. True. That is. That is like a good thing. This stuff has been durable and it doesn't feel stuck, at least so far. But we'll see at the legs. But we kick out about that far there. Let's put your arm down so you're not doing things. You're standing up straight. So he's kicking out about that far. Kick back pretty much all the way, which is kind of crazy. Kicks out, does have a hinge there. Can do, hold on, full splits. That is amazing. Here he is at his widest stance. Doing the H. And this feels and this all feels like super durable. I'm not even like worried about these. It does have an upper thigh plate kind of cut there on the inside. Has a single jointed knee there. Goes past 90, so not bad. Does he have, and doesn't have rotation there either. I would expect rotation there these days, but it's not there. And then nothing at the boot, which is fine. Yeah, kind of calf area, but then at the actual foot here, hinges forward about that far, hinges back pretty much all the way, and does have a little bit of an ankle rocker, so he does actually stand pretty well, at least as y'all have seen so far. So even when he's a bit all, messed up with, we might be able to get him stand by himself without the stand. See, not too bad. Just have to kind of work on him, but it's just it's weird. It's just so weird to see, kind of like, especially when it comes to the elbows and to the knees not being able to rotate, and especially at the upper torso and the head not being able to move a bit more, not having extra articulation points is weird. Especially for a figure like this, I feel like you could fit even more. But for what it is, it works very well. I will say that, and it looks great. It might be kind of tall compared to, regular 6-inch figures, but that is the Mcfarlane scale, is that 7-inch scale, so I'll be okay with that. And I don't really mind if I have 2 giant robots, that are flanking, my Superman. Because, but Superman would be like, well, need something kind of cool but intimidating, but still like a thing, and I don't mind, I guess, huge robots. I mean, I would like that in my mansion. Or in my Fortress of Solitude, not a mansion. I'm not Batman. What am I talking about, bro? But he's just really cool, and he looks great, and it's nice. Yeah, and I will say it's like I wouldn't be surprised if if the budget kind of went a little bit more towards getting this wired cape for every single one. So in that case, they would have to maybe cut out like at least a few kind of like parts on the body, so that would make sense, at least in my mind, budget wise. Because I can't remember what I got these for, but it's not bad. Would you do an Ultraman live figure review? I don't know. Here, let me go grab him real quick, because we're kind of done talking Gary for a sec here. We're gonna get him in a good pose though. Just a nice stoic pose, just for the camera, as you can see. Here, let me grab this dude. If I can even grab him, he's kind of like back here in the corner. Hold on. Get this thing out of here. Okay. Okay. Because you've probably seen it, but I might as well just show it off. Bam. They're calling the cops. But there's our Ultraman, just to show him off. I don't know if I'll do a review of him, to be honest. We might just do him at the end, like after looking at these two, just for fun, just to add something if we want, if we're vibing with it. Because what time is it? It's only 9:18. I've only been going, what, for an hour and 13? Amazing. Yeah, he's actually kind of cool. I do like the look, especially having like the battle damage. I think it works more for the costume, and it feels more accurate. Anyways, because he is very freaking purple in the Mcfarlane figure. He doesn't look, I don't think, that purple in the actual movie, but he is like a bright purple. Bruh, it is way too much. So having that battle damage to give him more grit, more grime, kind of look cooler. And he's huge. Oh, God. It's just cool. It's just a cool figure. But we'll try out switching some parts here. Kind of get a pose. So, of course, we have Gary. Has his pointer. He's kind of like, oh, sir. Yeah, there's a disturbance. Superman. What I should hit. Yes, I will hit this button. Beep. Your scenarios and such. But we can easily switch out the hands. Have them with the holding hand. Kind of like, Well, Mr. Superman, how would that concur? We could even give him the alternate faceplate. Try out that. If I can get this freaking thing off now. So, of course, now I can't when I need to actually do it. Come on. There we go. Ah. There it is. Off the face, and we will put in the more thinking, so where he's like, very interesting, sir. That is very interesting. Superman just talking about how he loves his farm parents and his old farm and Lois Lane. Very interesting, sir. Yeah, to his robots, he just he's just talking about life, and they're like, oh. It's like, really? How interesting. Or just judge him, being kind of like, y'all hear this dude? This dude weird. What a weird dude. Yeah, what a weird Kryptonian. My master who made me. This dude weird. Now, here comes the thing that is kind of bound, I think, with anything that has a faceplate, is that it is very difficult to get alternate ones on just because of their inherent nature to go on a bit tighter compared to the stock head that comes packed in, or plate. So it is like nearly impossible. I bet I can use something to pry this head out. I can probably try that. Okay. There we go. Had to get a little pry tool out. Get that out there. So be wary of that. But thankfully, I guess it's good that this is all hollow and empty, so you're not really going to be worried about like scratching up anything. Maybe on the top of the neck, but in any case, it'll be all right. Here's our second one. I would call this like the humored or the laughing kind of head there, where this is like, I imagine that this is number 12, kind of like being like, oh, he noticed me. He saw Superman is smiling at me. What the heck? We'll give Gary still. Well, this is still Gary. So this is just a happy Gary. And kind of like, yes, sir, Superman. Guess I'll still have to see which one to use. But there he is. Gary with the thumbs up. Looking real proud of himself. Being like, good job, Superman. Or like, good job, Crypto. You did a good job. Giving a thumbs up. And very genuine looking. Funnily enough. Man, do I gotta pry this out again? I really don't want to, but if it's the way to do it, we gotta do it. There. Easily enough. Ugh. And I will show, I am just using like a little thing of pliers. And I'm just putting it in there because there's a gap at the bottom of the chin. So where I can just easily pry it without damaging the outside. And then this one, so where I assume that they're either dead or just off. Kind of like, yeah, maybe they have to have like a recharge and they're like, oh, shut down. But this might be them after Lex and Ultraman and whoever that one chick was. I can't remember her name, but she was really cool. I liked her, like, yeah, like her whole, like, her nanotech things going on here. But this is them kind of like, just dead. Just kind of like, just down, or just like, oh, I am lay dead. So I have no eyes anymore. Things keep falling in this corner of where I took the Ultraman from. And Ultraman is always such a weird name for me. Because I think about, you know, it's like I think about, yeah, that Japanese dude in the costume. Like the giant one, the one who can grow. Where he fought a lot of freaky kaiju. And exists probably forever. Okay, but we're going to put just the regular head on here for number 4. Gary. As we've said numerous times, I just like repeating myself. So we will do, I don't know what I want to do for this. Maybe have... I guess just have them just with the fist. And with the, and with the pointer, I guess. Just the regular 2 set of hands. But it's weird that he doesn't have just a second fist. I would probably assume, or even like give him like a thing of like relaxed hands. Like even, okay, I'll even say it's like, you know, in the picture he has like kind of a pointer, I guess, right hand, and then a open left hand. So maybe even like an extra open hand would have been nice. Something more, I guess, casual or a bit more expressive instead of just, you know, a trigger finger hand or a pointer hand. Like pointer is good, but I'm like maybe not the trigger finger hand. Because I don't think he really uses a gun or a weapon. From what I know. Pretty sure he just throws stuff too and then probably just punches and tries to attack. So it's just weird. So I just gotta figure it out. Because I also want him to be kind of like more natural. Because I feel like... I mean, I guess having just the pointer out. Or where this is him like explaining something like to Superman. And like, well, but my calculation, sir, it's like if you try to defeat Lex, you'll have this amount of kind of like, it was like this percentage to defeat him or to win against him. And this is all your odds and all the things you know that he has right now. And be like, and you will lose. And Superman's like, wow, very, very helpful, but I'm Superman and I never lose. And he's like, yeah, you're right. But like, we gotta have the story. But there he is. There's our Gary, Robot 4, or as they just call him, Superman Robot. Number 4. So he's pretty cool. overall, a really nice figure. Really solid. I don't feel like he's really going to get too kind of like loosened up. And that might be also a good part of why they didn't put that many joints in this as well. I can see that, to kind of keep it more solid, because this is a very thin figure, but he stands pretty well. But with the stand, just makes it even more easier, even though I don't like the added height it adds. I feel like another, like, what? Like, it adds like a centimeter, but even still it makes him like way taller. But Dave says, in the movie, I think they have some spin blades type of weapons, sort of. But wasn't that like the nanotech girl? Because she like did something like that, and I think that they used it against her. But I wouldn't be surprised if they had like little like things to throw, at least something. I wouldn't expect them to have like a gun, like a laser gun or something. Like, I don't know. I feel like that they did have something, so that might have been nice to include, but I don't know then if they would do like the alternate face plates, and those I kind of like more, because that just shows more personality and gives them more of, it's like more able to recreate moments and scenes with these robots. So pretty good though. It's pretty nice. It looks great too. It feels great. It looks great. It looks just like the movie, and I love that we have a wired cape on this as well. So this really adds to it. I just need a more just there. I just want them there. I just don't want them to have this finger. Like, just do that. If that's all you gotta do, you just gotta not do that, and it'll be perfect. But he's always pointing. He's like, there's that thing. There's this thing, and there's my brain. Where he's like, I don't know. It's just like it just messes with me, bro. I guess that this, okay. So this trigger finger hand might kind of work. I mean, it is technically more casual. It is a more open hand. So maybe him kind of being like, I am number 4. Like something like that. He's kind of like, my number is 4, sir, or something. And I was like, yes, I know number 4. Because I recognize you. And he's like, just so you know, can this thing get on this stand? Please? I kind of do always struggle getting these figures on their stand, because I'm just not really a big stand guy. As you can see, everything is just kind of just freestanding. Most of them. But like majority of them, like everything, majority on my shelf is all not using stands. Which is, sometimes a bit scary, but depending on what's more sensitive in what areas, but they're pretty solid, I will say. And even like this is still pretty solid. Even without the stand, this would be not bad at all. But there he is, looking into your soul, being like, I'm Gary. Just very casual like, but just works. And it looks good. I want to fix this cape a bit. I do feel like it should be still more down, but more fuller. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Can you focus on her? Or him, please? I keep misgendering. Or they. Are they a they them because they're a robot, or are they a male because they have a male voice and technically have a male name with Gary? But number 4 can be anyone's name. I guess questions. Questions are still to be had with these robots. But I would call him Gary. I'm going to call him because I think Superman does call Gary him. He's like, all right, bud. All right, Gary, bro. There's him with the card. There's bro. Nice little card. Gotta get a sleeve for that. Add that to the collection. I do have like a little card collection because of these, and it makes sense. They're nice little things, but a cool figure nonetheless. Fun little addition to the collection, and feels great, looks great. Could use maybe a little bit more articulation. And Dave says, definitely like your review of this toy row. Yeah, but really love it. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate the support. Welcome to the channel. Hope you'll stick around. But yeah, we're going to move number 4 to the side here. We'll get to our second one real quick. We don't want to kind of repeat too much, but we are going to open up this box, Exacto. Same kind of thing going on. I'm not going to go over everything because it's all exactly the same here, but we're going to open up this. Get this box open and actually film it. Or you know what? We're going to do this back here for me. I'm going to give y'all Gary here to look at so I can actually do this. Probably quicker. And also, if y'all want to discuss discuss anything, I can read the chat while I'm working on this. Oh, I do also want to just show off the box with the thing. Very nice still. Box number 2 goes up down there. Have the other robot here. Ugh. But I'm definitely gonna be having to rewatch but Superman again soon, because that is still a really good movie. And I mean, I saw it, I think I literally saw it, did I see it? No, I saw it like twice in theaters when it originally came out, and I haven't watched it since then. So but there's the card and the stand that comes with the robot. Then we're gonna keep Gary here. Get this. That goes. You know what? We should do this over here. Ugh. Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. The old saying. A very old saying. In any case, I don't know. I'm rambling, y'all. If you got any questions or want to see anything in a minute, show off something, still might consider opening that Ultraman already. Or nearly at 10. But not bad. Might be missing a bit of trash or two, but we'll get that later. Oh. But here's our second number 4. So you know, exact same figure from head to toe. Nothing different about these in any way. But this one looks great also, just out of the box. Very, very cool. And Dave says, I'm eager to see the Supergirl 2026 movie next year. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that too. I know that they've already finished doing most of it. Already. I think that they're literally done filming and doing post-production. So it's going to be here before we know it. So that's going to be cool to see. That's going to be very nice. And then, oh yeah, because also we're going to get Lobo in that movie. We're going to get Jason Momoa as Lobo. And we haven't even, I don't think that we've really even seen official images or footage at all from that movie, especially of Jason Momoa as Lobo. Because he was great as Aquaman. He worked for that universe. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But we're probably gonna switch out one of the face plates with this one. Just to do our thing. Who do we want? We got Suspicious, we got Dead. I kind of want to do the Laughing, because that one kind of, in my mind, makes sense for the different robot. I guess we'll give her the open hand as well. That's a very expressive. Yeah, these, yeah, they're very expressive. Let's see if I can get a... No, that's just, yeah, that's just the same. I wish they would give us more gestural hands or something. Maybe she is like, I'm number 4. We have her. Yeah, because this will be our number 12, and she does have a female voice in the thing, because I will be switching out. There we go. It's just something like that. I don't know. It's like, it's just too similar. It's just, yeah, you do have very limited options, I will say, when it comes to posing, and that is a big downside, I would say, of this figure when it comes to playability. And especially trying to kind of like do your thing. I guess it would be like this. Like, oh, he looked at me. Like that. Like, oh, he looked at me. That was kind of fun. Because that's what she kind of does. She's like, oh, he looked at me. Or she's like, huh, me? You want to talk to me, Superman? That's crazy. Like she's like she's like a fangirl kind of thing. It's kind of like yeah, just existing and just hearing from the other robots how great yeah, their creator is, like how the original guy. And she's kind of like, oh, yeah, she is yeah, he is amazing. I love this Superman. Okay, I need to get her. Yeah, where she's like, oh, he looked at me. Yeah, and she's like, hey, he looked at me. And he's like, yeah, he does that all. And she's like, oh, he's so great. Superman's cool. And he's like, yes, agreed. He literally made me. Well, he had the others help, but I was the best one. And then, yeah. And then he just made other me. So it's cool. All right. We're going to get to our first extra little thing, because we do officially want to make her our number 12. And I do want to, again, say, shout out to Bearded Skull Studios. There's all his socials, where to get all his stuff. He made a little sticker set of the little number logos. So you got 1 through 4. You got 5 through 8. Then you got 9 through 12, which is our one that we'll be using to put on here. I don't know if this has... Yeah, well, if it isn't Justin, it is me, bro. Welcome to the live stream, Gabe. Nice to see you. We're looking at these dudes. What's up? What's up? Just been busy. Enjoyed my Thanksgiving. Hope you have been doing well. But we're going to be putting on a new number sticker for our second Robot 4. We'll make them into number 12. Happy late Thanksgiving. Well, thank you. I guess happy Black Friday. If you want, I guess. But there they are. But we are going to be trying to put this sticker on to change that. If I do want to make that into, what was like, this one does have one little paint chip on there, so I don't know if it might be better if I do it on there, because this does have a cleaner number 4, but this one looks like a cleaner figure. This one does have little paint things. I don't know. I might just prefer this one. I'm sad I didn't go to Walmart and fight people, for Black Friday deals. I mean, yeah, nowadays, like, that sounds like a nightmare. I'm kind of like, I'll just do it online, if anything. But I did go to, I did do some Black Friday shopping today, though, but that was only, it's like, I didn't go to any actual, like, big, kind of like corporate stores. I just went to, it's like, I went to one of my local, my comic shops and got, got like 3 figures there for a pretty decent deal. Gabe says, nah. No, but nowadays it sounds fantastic. I mean, you like what you like, bro. If you love that chaos and you want, and you want to be in there, be in it. For me, just going to the store on the regular, I'm kind of like, God damn it, I gotta go out into the world and get shit. Okay, but we're gonna try to get this sticker on here. I think I'm already doing it pretty well. And then Gabe says, 7 days ago, it was my birthday on the 21st. Well, happy late birthday, Gabe. Hope you had a great day. Did you get, did you get any new, figures or anything? I'm gonna get this sticker. Do I? Yeah. 75 bucks. Awesome. All right, we have got my number 12 sticker, and this is kind of like a nice thing here. I am gonna, do I want to try to do this on camera? It might be better if I do this back here, sorry. Or even if I get my finger kind of positioned. I ordered Haya Skla, and the TMNT X Godzilla comic book. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get this sticker on here behind. Kind of fall into place. Actual piece isn't even really covering up the whole thing, but it still looks pretty good. It is like it's just clearly just missing that little corner there, but it looks good. I mean, they match up. Comic book will come December 3rd. I don't know about the higher figure though. Yeah, well, I assume that was like a pre-order. So so they might have like a set date, but I would assume probably be maybe sometime even into the next year, because what other figures have they announced that they haven't released yet? Well, they have the here, I'm adjusting my sticker to make sure it's doing its whole thing. Guess it's just gonna be like that. Okay. Did it break off? I guess it did. I can probably get some more. It's fine. But it looks great though. It's still like but overall it looks great. It's just that one little thing. It came out no, it wasn't the pre-order. It came out like in October. Should come in 7 to 10 days. Okay, that's not bad. Sorry about my camera being stupid. Bro, just focus. This camera. It's madness. And this one's like, I'm Gary. And this one's like, I'm 12. Like, oh, he smiled at me. That was cool white holes. Oh, he's standing on the sticker sheet. But very nice. That actually worked pretty well. So it probably would be good to have like this whole outer layer too as a sticker, but I can't really tell. I might be able to even put them thing in a fist pump pose. I guess we could do that. I'm gonna put these stickers back in this thing because that's all I really needed to do was just put that 12 and then the rest I can keep in case I get more. I can see what other ones that are there in the thing. Then Dave says, by the way, do you get the Titan Hero Human Torch from Fantastic Four First Steps with the light-up features and sound? I don't have, if you're talking about like the Titan Heroes, like the big ones, like those really big toys, or even if they're like the smaller ones. I don't. I do have, well, I got them actually handy right here. I do have the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four Human Torch figure, which is probably one of my favorite figures. Like, it's just so good. I love me a good Human Torch. And this one just looks amazing. I wish he looked more like that in the movie. But he looked a little bit more weird. Yeah, I don't think he went like full flame on that much, but yeah. With the light up features, yeah. Yeah, I don't have those ones. Yeah, the big toys, yeah. Yeah, I don't collect those. It's like the only one of those that I actually have is the is the Fantastic Four Galactus. Like the big one. Because with that one, wanted to make sure to put that with my Legends collection because he scales all right with them, but with the one I have, he has a paint defect, so I have to still return them. I have yet to do that or get an exchange. That's what I really want to do. It's like just go to the thing and be like, hey, can I switch this out with another one that doesn't have the face chip thing? If they even do exchanges anymore there at Target, whatever. Or corporations, they'll do what they want. And then Gabe says, I really want want the Godsey Burst figure. What are those? Nice. And the thing. Hubba. Oh yeah, but we'll do that fist pumping pose. And the thing that you have. Oh yeah, I do have a couple things. I have the movie thing, and I also do have the comic thing as well. Let me do these fist pumps. Like, yeah. And the thing that you have, and then the Godsey Burst figures look. I think I get what you're saying. Yeah, am I saying a hubba, bro? But I did not hear about these until just then that you mentioned that. What the heck? But there they are. Doing their fist bump. Not yeah, not very successfully, but they're doing it as well as they can. Yeah, he is. He's like, I'm Gary. He's like, oh, haha, I'm number 12. So, yeah, a bit of different personalities, just based on kind of like what I took of these characters, and kind of like is like, and using, I guess, kind of like the yeah, the most of the accessories yeah, that we get in this figure, but also having some add-ons, because I think it would make more sense if they would have done a variant version of this with a number 12 or do another number. So yeah. But Gabe says, you remember I told you I haven't seen but Godzilla, yeah, but -1. I do remember that. Have you seen it? Have you finally seen the perfect Godzilla film? In my opinion, I finally saw it. Okay, great, bro. Yes. Love that movie. It was peak. Bro. The fact that you didn't, yeah, you didn't even see it in theaters. No, because you haven't seen it at all. The fact that you missed out on, you missed out on a peak movie theater experience in a whole thing. It was amazing to see on the screen. It's so freaking good. Japan was like, okay, yeah, we know what we're doing with this. Top 3 best Godzilla movie, agreed. In my probably opinion, besides of the first one, it's probably -1. Because I just love the whole story. It's very dark. Dave says that movie was gorgeous. It was. It's crazy how it's like at least I'll say for me, I was very kind of like, it's like I was skeptical of the movie because it was like, yeah, because of mainly because of the Godzilla design, and I was kind of like, this is kind of like the same as like their theme park one, but you know, he's a lot bigger, but he looks cool, so we'll see. It's like, and then yeah, just seeing like that whole movie, it just blew me out of the water. It is so good. Then Gabe says, yeah, I don't even know what my favorite one is. It is either Godzilla King of the Monsters, but Final Wars, or -1. King of the Monsters, is that the first one? Oh, that's the legendary one. That one's pretty good. I get that. I gotta watch that one again. It's been a while. Like, I don't know if I even watched them for the Godzilla X Kong one, because I know, okay, I did see Godzilla X Kong in theaters. I vividly remember seeing that and kind of like just glazed over that film. Like that film, I was kind of like, things are happening. This is kind of crazy, but things are happening. And then it's like, but all the rest of the films, especially like the King of the Monsters, I have no memory of. But King of the Monsters, I remember being fun in the theater. Yeah, when I watched it, it was it was a fun time seeing that movie. And then but Final Wars, if I ever see that movie in theaters, imagine that they put out like kind of but GMK in theaters, like for some kind of like anniversary, like they've done. It's like because they had but Shin Godzilla out again recently, and then they had but -1 made a couple comebacks. I don't know if there were other Godzilla movies, but there's just been a lot of stuff coming out that's old movies and peak movies that people have never seen in theaters. King of the Monsters was pretty good. I love Final Wars, bro. Final Wars is just like, it's like a fever dream. And then Godzilla Minus Zero comes out next year. Can't wait. I can't wait for that either. I'm surprised that they're already like, it is kind of surprising that they were like, okay, hey, we're doing a sequel and we're doing it right away. Because they never really do that anymore. They haven't done that in a while. So it's good to see that they are still kind of getting back to Godzilla and try to keep the keep the gas on. Because don't they have like another, like a Godzilla project, another movie coming out, and it's like another weird one? Or was it just like they did like a short film I saw where it was all like weird and like kind of cryptid and he was like green? And I don't know if that's supposed to be a minus zero thing. I have no idea what happened there in that context of that video. It just fully just lost me. I was like, well, what is happening? I'm just gonna wait and just try to learn about more information. Oh yeah, and Supernova. Yeah, the last the legendary. Probably the last one. I don't know what they're gonna do after this. Because these movies are just kind of here at this point. And yeah, that's going to be 2027. They get a whole other year. I don't know if they're even going to really make it that far. I mean, they're cool. But like, I guess if they can keep the Godzilla brand still up, specifically with more on the Japanese side, and those are very successful and being a lot more looked at, I think, to the general public. So I think it's also going well. Also, the short film takes place in the Millennium era, and Godzilla 2000 turns burning. Is that what that is? The Godzilla Minus One sequel is coming. They have the first teaser trailer. They did, it's like, they did like a teaser, like showing off like the name change and being kind of like, it's coming out the year. But that's what it is. God, I gotta look at that. What? But he was like green, like there was like green stuff. Is that right? Is that what that was supposed to be? I have no idea. Also, the Godzilla Galaxy Odyssey, Godzilla Go manga came out and will be in English translation soon, I hope. Bro, you know so much. I'm just like, it's like for me, it's like I follow the movie news and like the figure news. I'm that kind of dude. I don't really look at like comics or really that much other like little collectible things of Godzilla. To be honest, I love Godzilla. I love Godzilla too, but in a different way. I don't like obsess like over all that stuff. It's cool. I gotta get more. Yeah, I will say it's like I do want to get more kind of like merch of Godzilla because I love the character so much, and I literally only have one shirt, and I'm kind of like, oh, I'm addicted to Godzilla. I can see, Gabe, your thing is your name with the Final Wars Godzilla. I can't stop thinking about him. I can't either, bro. It's literally in my name, Justin the Zilla. Well, it's Zilla, and that's a different kaiju, as we all know. But I don't have a figure of that. And Godzilla's the dude. And then that's also my profile picture. It's also a Godzilla. I have an idea. Oh. See, now we're just goofing, bro. Yeah, but that's basically, I guess that's really it for this thing. Nothing very much else to really talk about. Whenever this Supernova movie comes out. Oh, get this. card. That one. Might as well use the stand, do a stream reviewing the toys of them. Oh, maybe. I guess it depends on what toys they have. If they're very basic, I don't know. I might get something Godzilla, Godzilla related. And a video, maybe. I mean, that is like a plan, like for next year, to try to do more videos on the regular. Actually, get off my ass about that and start actually getting that shit done, so that's out there, so that the world can do what it wants with it, and I can have my thoughts out there and be a person with content on the internet. 6 years ago. What? My voice is getting hoarse now. Losing my voice. You made a Godzilla Final Wars video. Oh, yeah, that was probably like my big Godzilla one, right? Like, look at me go. Look at me go. Look at me go. I can't really do the voice that much, because it just requires screaming. And it kills my throat. It kills my voice, bro. Alright, but do we want to, for a bonus, how we feeling about doing an Ultraman? Just a real quick Ultraman opening. Because he only has like hands and a stand. Are we feeling the vibes? We're only at 2 hours. 2 hours and 7 minutes. It is 10:11 p.m. Eastern Time. We got 2 likes on the video. We got 2 viewers. Thank y'all for making it this far to the stream. What happened to the adventures of Little Godzilla? Just stop doing them. Might be bringing back Big Godzilla. I've been thinking about it for a while. As I've hinted, like in every like Godzilla stream I think I've done. He's always there, lingering. He's in the back of my brain. I just have to actually record new content. And it's kind of hard right now, because doing that content, especially in a house where I'm not alone a lot of the time and don't have really the environment to really use. So yeah. Also, yes, you should unbox the Ultraman. All right, cool. We got the vote. We'll go for it. But these are pretty cool figures. They're really nice. I think that they did a great job getting all the details and everything on this. Well, I guess we're doing a bonus Ultraman. He will not be, well, he'll be mentioned in the description, I guess, now, but, but same thing. When I hear Ultraman, I think of Ultraman, the kaiju one. Honestly, same. I was just thinking like the whole time, just watching the movie, me kind of like, it's like, imagine this as like the Ultraman, like the actual Ultraman, instead of this dude. But you have another, same Mcfarlane box, has the gold label on there, but same logos, but different nameplate. Ultraman Battle Damage. I never thought of the DC one. Yeah, me neither. Got him for $50. Superman, Ultraman, and then this weird CG thing. That is not seen in a. Yeah, this is not how he looks like really in the movie. I don't think he was this purple, was he? Or was it just like really, really dark? He just looked like gray and black. He's more like that color, if anything. He's like just like that dirt color. Mostly throughout the film. I don't know. But look at that. What do you say? What's a gold label? Gold label is just another thing that Todd McFarlane can be like. It's a special. It's basically like an alternate thing because you have a clean version of Ultraman and it doesn't have a gold label. It's just this. Well, it's this figure but cleaned up, of course. Also, excuse the stuff on the face. Yeah. You know, it's like the whole thing with these guys on their boxes that I shall retrieve. They have, okay. Yeah, they have these ones, which is the McFarlane Platinum Edition. But with these, it doesn't really make sense because they don't have alternate versions of themselves. So there's not just like a regular one out there. Just all of this one figure without like an alternate has a Platinum Edition, which is, I guess, technically supposed to be higher than this. So this is technically a more special figure, even though this one is bigger and bulkier and has more articulation, I assume. In some case, I don't know. It's just weird. Todd McFarlane will make up anything he can to put a sticker on something else. But I'm like, all right, Todd, as long as you make a figure good and decent, I guess I might buy it. Because when getting DC, even still, there's not very much. Yeah, when it comes to options for everything. So for now, and probably especially like for Ultraman, I think I need it already. I'm just planning to get a new one. I can't wait for another company to make another figure of this. I can't wait to see when Mattel gets this license back. And apparently, Todd is still going to have the license in 2026 anyways. So he can still just do whatever he wants with DC. So I guess they're going to just have like, I don't know if they're going to have like competing lines or maybe if they're going to push back the Mattel thing. It would be weird. Because I think it's been reported. Oh, but there's the box. Big old pile. There's our figure. There is our crystal-y background. But from the other side, because we have the things on this side. Okay, we're gonna just take these out. Stand, same exact thing. Card extracted or trash. Here's our card. Deluxe Theatrical Edition. This, not movie still. Ultraman, Battle Damaged, Superman. Data file, real name, Superman. A mysterious and powerful foe working for LexCorp is a physical threat even to Superman. And nothing else. All this blank space. Great job, Todd. Is that all they gave him? I guess they were just like, mysterious dude. Like no one's talking to James Gunn at this level. You're Todd McFarlane. What? All right. Let's get these hands out. Get over them quickly. Okay. First one we have out here is a fist. Actually, pretty nice detail. I like has like some brown or kind of like dirt. It's kind of shiny-ish there on the knuckle to show it's kind of worn, and then even have like the padding, and that's all kind of like broken up a bit. Have some wear to it. So actually pretty nice detailing there and paint work. And then have your open hand there. That falls to the ground. It has that same kind of dirty detailing. It doesn't have a lot more. A ton of purple, but it's in there on the padding, and then more purple there. Same paint job, but this is just a kind of like a slightly trigger finger hand, but also, just kind of like a grip hand. What does he have? He has the open hands packed in. And then, of course, on the other side, you have the matching fist, the matching holding hand with a thing in it. What the heck? It has a hold on. It has like a piece of cloth or something in it, or like cardboard. What the hey? Ugh. What the heck is that? It's like a chunk of plastic or something. Very weird. Okay. And then a grip hand, which actually has some purple on the end. There is actually a little bit of purple. That's actually a nice detail. That's weird though. That kind of freaks me out. Look at that. Look at that. What is that? That came from that. What the heck? Okay. Spider-Man. All right. Very weird. All right. Hands to the back. This thing. Go over here to not be seen or heard from. This we will grab our tools and extract. See, this is actually way more difficult because these twist ties and stuff, not really that easy. Ow. Not freaking stab myself, bruh. Alright, around the leg. The other leg, which I cannot see. There we go. And then the arms. All right. There's our plastic to go into the pile. Excusez-moi. Bruh. Guess who just dropped Ultraman right on his freaking face, bruh? Who probably hit something on the way down. Oh, got some extra damage. No, he's completely fine. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, this guy. Oh. Okay, what is going on here? What do you do with these legs, bro? Why are they weird, bro? Sorry, I'm messing with this thing. It's just, it looks good. Okay, sorry. I gotta actually like show you, you know. Look at it. I mean, it is cool. It's alright. I like the detailing here on the actual mask and helmet there. Has those lenses broken, is very dirtied up, but still has all that purple showing through, especially in person. On camera, it doesn't look that much, but it's there. Have the U for Ultraman covered in dirt, but still, with that shiny metal paint on there, more dirt, but the purple costume underneath with all those little details that that are being more accentuated here with this alternate dirtied up version. Even has some black in the middle there, more dirt, kind of mainly on this right side of the body, kind of covering more this side, but only having a little bit, even kind of just more clean on that side, especially, well, like especially on the leg, not very much so for the arms and the shoulders. But there, it's all right, but still, mainly pretty dirty. But still pretty cool. All right, looking figure. Just not the most, I guess, kind of like I don't know. It still feels like kind of generic, but I do like it. It's a cool design. Dave says or asks, is a battle damaged version of the character? Yes, this is the Mcfarlane Toys battle damaged Ultraman figure from Superman 2025. They thought that I guess they thought that he would be a lot more purple. I don't know if he was this purple. If you guys notice that, I think he does look more like just kind of like a very dark black, or just like a maybe he could have been like a very dark purple, but I barely even like noticed it. So but he's all right. He's still cool, just kind of weird. He's all right. But then with articulation, I guess we'll go over. Does have a bit more. Does have the ball at the top of the head, and does have the ball at the bottom of the neck. So can only look down about that far, not very much. Can look up only about that far for a flying character. Anyways, it does have rotation at the top there, also at the neck, but very much. He does have a little bit of tilt, but he has like this collar thing that kind of covers up everything, so makes sense. You can't really do much there. The shoulders hinge about that far. Extra paint there. Rotation. Kind of can't really go forward and back. It is like a cover there, but it doesn't really move. That much. It just covers it. So, all right. What do we have? Yeah, it's a shame that didn't come with a swappable, uncovered face mask head. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would have been nice, but yeah. But this did come out like before the movie, like way before the movie was, I think, out in theaters, or was it like way after? I can't remember. It might have been like way after. No, no, I think it was before because it makes sense that they would do that before. Well, I'd have to look back. Yeah, I'd have to do my research on when these actually did come out. Because I feel like I got this, okay, it's like I did get this more recently, like within like the past like month, I have gotten this figure. So it's not that old. I don't know. Did you see the Hot Toys burning Godzilla? Yeah, did they have yeah, do they have yeah, I saw that they had like a prototype. I didn't see if they had like a painted one or not. Or if they just announced that they're releasing it officially. Something like that. Covering all my bases. But he's here. He's cool. Oh yeah, but with the articulation, do have bicep swivel. They posted a painted version. All right, I'll have to check that out after the stream. I'll probably be the first thing, yeah, that I see. But he's pretty spry there. Some good bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Go all the way up. All the hands attached to that. Go up and down. Rotate. Switch the joint around. It's forward and back. Well, in and out. Then at the thing, have a ball. Upper torso, not too bad. Going forward, only about that far, not that much. You can tilt a bit, rotate. At the waist, you have a ball. It's very tight there, but once you get it going, it's there. Go side to side there, not awful. At the legs, you have the little diaper thing. Kicks forward about that far. Not awful, but not the greatest. Out a little more out to the side, but not bad. Has the weird thigh cut, which is the thigh, but not the worst. Does have the knees. A lot of detents. Yeah, it's a good range. They're just sculpted weird. Oh, they're very bow-legged. Like this is like as forward as I can get these legs. He's got some meaty thighs, but he's got some skinny tapering from here to here. It is like so skinny. What did they do to my boy? All right, and then at the actual foot, kick forward about that far, kick back that far. Do have a forward pin for rotation, and you do you have rotation at the top? I don't want to. Okay, you do. Just that one is being stubborn. There's rotation there at the top of the shoe as well. So, not too bad. Okay, I'm getting it to work out. All right. Kind of do just like him, just standing there. Just being a dude, but can have some fun because he does have some good alternate hands. I do like these relaxed hands. It makes sense. But yeah, but I would not put it past Mcfarlane to maybe do another version of this where it's more accurate and comes with the actual unmasked head. Oh, feels very stiff. Feels like that hand does not want to come off that wrist peg. Ooh, very tight. That's a lot of paint. Really just put all that paint onto that inside of that hand, huh? It literally stained the whole surrounding of the joint. All right, but we're gonna do okay, so here's at least one pose that we can do where he's kind of like he's going in for the punch. He's flying through the air. I could have him doing the strong guy thing because he is kind of like big and menacing. Have him be in. Sorry, I'm trying to get this pose correct how I want it. Have him doing like him cracking his knuckles. He's like, all right, playtime's over. I'm actually pissed off now. Like, this is getting personal. And then just the two holding hands, which I'm probably not going to ever use. Unless I can, like, get something for him to hold on to. I would give him, like, a giant, like, a pipe or something. Because he used, like, a thing or like, a beam. Have him kind of, like, just... And there's, like, a... Like, he's angry. He's ready to, like, grab something right now. He is, like, a rabid dog. but a super dog. He is an evil crypto. But human, which is Superman. This kind of feels a bit more corn sweaty. Because it is, it is kind of like crazy. It's like, I don't think that you can really tell too much that it is David Cornsweat, and I don't know how much he really did of that actual role if he was just like there every day on set in that costume as well. Like, of course, you couldn't play both, and it would make sense that they would have the stunt double do that anyways for him. Because the, yeah, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. It's like how they would have to have the scene. And it's like, yeah, you can't have David Cornsweat play both of the characters, so he has to be Superman, of course, is the priority if he wants to do it. Unless they get actual stunt people to do it, but, you know. All right. There we go. I'll probably just give him just the fist. Well, they have fists in their left hands too, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. Okay. There's our Ultraman. There he is. There's my Ultraman. A badass, but kind of sadistic and also super fucking strong. And just like, yeah, just been fighting and just like he's just pissed, bro. He's just so pissed. He's so over it. Oh. You know what? I think he might need to stand because he actually struggles to stand even more compared to the robots, to be honest. But he also does tower over them. It has like, yeah, it feels like 3 times the mass that they do. So it's crazy. There's all his stuff. He's an alright figure. I think he looks cool. We gotta try to I gotta try some kind of mod at some point to like shorten the legs or something to make this more 6-inch scale. Cause man, it's just these legs, bro. It's just all about the legs. All the other details are pretty good. The arms are long, and that makes sense for the legs, but bro, you gotta Todd. What is going on? How can you go from that to this? But this is still it looks good, but it's just your regular format. We're just back to it again. All your guys look like this. But they're still cool. So let's see that comparison. So we can see the height. Like he actually is a fair bit taller than this guy. And this guy eats these guys for breakfast. Because they literally fought in the movie. You see him and him and him. And her. So there they are. Our whole Superman, well, McFarlane's Superman kind of theme, a live stream, an impromptu Ultraman, just for fun measure. Because I wanted to make it about these guys, because that was the original plan, because to have the pair of the two and then have that. But this Ultraman adds a little bit more, just a little bit extra for our live stream to have a little bit more of a cool time, of a fun time. And look at that. Awesome figures. Ultraman is alright. Not perfect. But all the detailing and the sculpting I can appreciate and has good articulation. It's just with these proportions, man. With these long legs, long arms. I know you don't want to do it, but you just gotta, some point on. Come on. I know you're in it, but I'm like, bro. Oh, it looks alright though. It's cool. Look at our comparisons. I'd see just how wrong it looks with Superman. I think the robots are going to be okay. I don't mind them being too big, but this Ultraman, he is humongo, bro. All right. I think it is time. How do we want to do this comparison thing? Guess I can just do all three of them in the middle. Have characters on either side. And then just call it good. Why do I have so much shine going on? Move this down a bit more. There. But overall, like detail-wise, like these are pretty cool. They are actually kind of fun. You need to get her into a different pose. It just doesn't look right. Maybe I can do... Okay, that actually kind of works. Okay. Okay, oh. I don't know. It just doesn't... Just not having another fist or having like another expression hand. Just having just a pointer and that, and I want it to be different. I don't think the thumb is the way to go. guess I can just be like that. Because Gary looks great. He looks fine. It's just her. She's number 12. There we go. That's fun. Okay. There we go. There's our ones. Why is this so garbo looking? Is a good figure overall. It is. What are you talking about? This dude, or are we talking about these? I do like these. I do like these more than the Ultraman. Ultraman is good. Just not perfect. But I do love these Superman robots. Gabe says, bye, Justin. This was a fun stream. See you next time. See you next time, Gabe. Thank you for joining. Always great seeing you, bro. Always good to talk Godzilla with you. Need to definitely get something sooner than later when it comes to Godzilla stuff. It's been a while. Like ever since I did my last the SH Figure Arts Godzilla, I think that was like it. So we'll kind of see what goes on from here. But yeah, well, we're gonna go ahead, start doing our comparisons. So I'll grab 2 figures at a time and kind of see how they look. Compared to these, we're specifically gonna start with my, of course, with my main display Superman, and then get right into the Justice League with Batman. Oh, here is my Superman. Shall put him over yonder. And as you can see, you can already see just how towering these guys are next to him, but then next to Batman. Cape kind of helps. But even still, the height difference is there. Even, I will say, without the stand, I'd say there still is a very much a significant stance there. But you know what? I would not put it past him to make him big. I feel like it kind of works, and then even put an Ultraman off of his stand just to get him down to his most basic height. Isn't bad at all. Oh, did I not finish the articulation? I did do that, and I did the... Oh, yeah, I didn't do the toe joint. Excuse me. Toe goes forward that much. Goes forward just all the way. But Ultraman is... they're all right. It's not perfect, scaling-wise. And these are absorbing so much light. But they're still pretty cool. Ultraman kind of works. He's a bit, I don't know. It's weird when it comes like to Ultraman. He's kind of there, but you know, but I don't know. I have to still kind of like think about Ultraman, but it's like I'm also trying to like think about how this would work in my mind of my collection, because it's gonna go on the shelf. Because what else am I gonna put on my DC shelf? I'm gonna put these guys on there. Trying to think of how I'm gonna categorize them, how they kind of count into there. We're probably just gonna keep them like that. Well, we are gonna move figures because we don't want to have our table full yet. So we will put these stands over here. Continuing, and yeah, and now continuing with our Justice League. Have the Mezco Toys Wonder Woman. I would say like I think that this is like just their regular version, like their own interpretation compared to where they did, I think their previews exclusive was like the more classic version. And then we have the Mcfarlane Toys Martian Manhunter. It looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. Yeah, that is more of a modern look for him, costume-wise, because I didn't get my hands on the classic one, even though I did see it once, but I just passed on it. And now I'm like, bro, I should have got that one, because that's my preferred design. But the more modern looks fine. It looks good with this design. And yeah, and of course he scales pretty well with them. But yeah, but Wonder Woman, not too bad. Specifically more so of Ultraman. It's like I could see like Lex like trying to make a super tall, like more beastly kind of Superman, like go like is like go all strength and don't really worry about anything else really. So it's all right. It's pretty cool. It's a bit kind of more comic booky. All right, and then doing our last. Do we want to do now? We want to do. Hold on. I'm thinking about what. We do that, we do that, we do this, we do that. I don't want those two. So we're going to do... okay. We're going to do this. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. But yeah, but here's our next comparison, who is not a part of the Justice League, but has been a bit more known for right now, is our Peacemaker, who I had planned to do a picture of, but I just didn't do it. Nothing working. But there he is. There's our Peacemaker. A little slouched over because this is from the Suicide Squad movie. So he's a bit older. But then we have Captain Carrot here, who I do count as a part of the Justice League. In this? But pretty cool. Nice versions of the characters. And then, having more to go into the universe. So, pretty cool. The next, kind of getting on with our villains, and then also doing Well, okay, so we'll just do our villains. Here we have our Mafex cyborg Superman, who is also another kind of like Superman copy, if you will. One that I think was disguised as Superman, and then and then was revealed to not be, because then Superman came back in the black suit or something. So you have another evil Superman, very different proportions and very different scaling. Very much true to 6 inch or 6.5 inches. It's probably about 6 inches there. That's crazy. And very more of the comic book style, kind of exaggerated kind of things going on there, and with the more cartoonish thing instead of the more realistic kind of stylings. And then I also have my little kit bash of Lex Luthor. How about if I do this and this? Very cool. So those look pretty good. And so my Kit Bash Lex is the Marvel Legends animated series Doc Ock that came in the 2-pack with Aunt May, and I put the regular that Xavier right there. I put his regular head there because he looks the closest to kind of like Lex. Sometimes he has the thing going on there, and he doesn't have like pointed ears or anything, so he looks like a dude. So he kind of works for now. I know like the color scheme isn't really that accurate to Lex. It's supposed to be the purple, but I feel like the armor is there, and then like the cartoonish style I think kind of works pretty well with Superman. Yeah, with my Superman figure, so I don't mind it. I gotta do a picture with him because I think it'll look great. They would look so good fighting. I'm gonna make my toys fight. Like, yeah, just like I'm like 8. Yeah, like I did it as a literal child. Bro, these arms moving. This is yeah, no wonder I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take the tentacles, and then I'm just gonna not mess with this. Because this is not my mind's eye of Doc Ock. Like this more kind of beefier kind of suit, kind of like whole tech suit, kind of armored thing, and he's kind of a bit muscular. It's like, nah, bro. He's a little fat doctor. That's why he made the things. Then our next comparisons. First, gonna bring out another Kit Bash. I figure my Lois Lane, she is, of course, tiny, because this is a comic Marvel Legends female figure, and this is, I forget what her name is, but she's from that X-Men line. She's like Xavier's like girlfriend or something. And then I put on the more modern the Spider-Woman head during the time that she was like pregnant or something, and was a baby, and was still Spider-Woman, and was wearing like glasses. so much later. But I put that on there, and I took off the glasses, and then I don't know where the body is. It's probably in a container. Because I already have a Spider-Woman, and it's the classic version. And that's my favorite. Alright. And then our other comparison is with the Mezco Toys Red Hood, who I've been messing around with. So he doesn't have his guns right now, but he looks great. He looks awesome. I think he looks perfect with these things. The perfect little figure. Probably a figure of the year. Definitely on the top of the list. There. Probably top 10 for sure. And then doing our last, specifically DC, well, ending the main DC kind of comparisons. I have to move this way up here. Have the Mcfarlane Toys King Shark, who is humongous next to these guys. But he is very friendly. Seems very sweet. I can get these two in front. I can get you off of your thing. I know. I'm playing risky today, as always. It'll stay. He might not, but that's what King Shark is there for now. King Shark is going to stay. I don't really want to move him. Just to keep him back there. Okay. But we're going to do... Well, do I want to get King Shark? I'll get King Shark out of here. At least I'll back him up. He can be just back there. He can just watch. Because I just like King Shark. Okay, but doing other... Specifically, I went with just other robots. Because, you know, I genuinely thought I would just be doing these two. I did not plan the Ultraman. But I can do... Okay. Yeah, I'll go through all my robot comparisons, and then I'll try to do some more like for Ultraman. At least like one or two more extra comparisons. But first we got one of my favorite figures of a robot is Fugitoid from the Mirage line of TMNT figures, and then the Star Wars Black Series IG-12, I think it is. Where this has Goku. Where this has Goku, Grogu in the pram, but I put the original sash here, kind of in between it. It's like the whole thing, it doesn't close and Grogu is still in there, but it kind of hides him a bit. It's kind of like it's more of like a protective thing, and you can kind of like, I don't really mind it too much on the shelf. It looks pretty good, especially if you're like at this angle, like you can barely even like tell that there's anything going on in there, even like that. So yeah. Cool robot dudes. I love this Fugitoid. He always looks so good. He always looks so like kind of bugged out. He's like, oh, I'm not sure about this. I don't like this. Why are we doing this? Who are you guys? I gotta go back to my dimension. And he's like, I'm gonna shoot everyone. Oh. Then continuing on with Star Wars. We got... We'll do that. Okay. Yeah, but then continuing on with Star Wars, Of course, had to get out R2-D2. There. Nice new figure. And then the Star Wars Black Series Battle Droid. Also a very skinny figure, but has way more of a difficult time being able to stand up. So that's why he has a stand. He has a little tiny one that I 3D printed a long time ago. I need to make more of those. I need to just do that. I need to do something with that printer. It's just been collecting dust, to be honest. I've just been busy. I haven't been able to use it. Maybe at some point, but not anytime soon. Is there one I can open? Okay, I don't want to break anything, so I'm going to stop moving his head. Okay. I'm not going to touch this R2-D2 because I don't want to break him. Okay. And then continuing on with Star Wars, but then in the second half, we're going to transition over to a different Disney property, Marvel, of course. Have that guy, I can't remember his name, from The Mandalorian, but he's pretty cool. I thought that his design actually worked kind of like as a good comparison with these two, because he is like a protocol droid, but he's a bounty hunter. And then for another kind of robot, I guess you would call it, that's in the universe, we do have Vision, specifically from the MCU, doing our movie tie-in kind of thing, you know, pretty good. And I don't really know if I have other just robots in my MCU display. I don't know if there's really that much more. I was kind of looking through. I was like, everyone is wearing like armor, if anything, or something. And there's like, it's like, yeah, there's just big armor, but like not like full on, just robot guys. I mean, there's like scrolls, but that's a whole different thing. I mean, that would probably work more for Ultraman. I don't know. And then our last comparison, specifically for robots, have the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Foot Soldier from the cartoon line. Then also have, I think it's the nurse or nanny from the cartoon. From the Ninja Turtles cartoon, because she was like, I guess, taking care of them when they were babies, or when they got turned into babies. So yeah, so they have this little robot, I guess, to help around or do baby stuff. And then, of course, you have a regular foot soldier who is kind of like, he's seen some better days. There he is. He's standing up now. And then I can't remember this little doohickey's name, but they're pretty cool. Seem pretty chill. Yeah. Cool. And then I think I will try to do one more comparison, at least one. Get Ultraman a specific one. And a fun one, because I do have, of course, an actual Ultraman figure. Is there any other figure that I can use that can work? I mean, they are Superman robots. And there is a Godzilla robot. We all know as Mechagodzilla. Of course, size-wise, doesn't really work as well. It's not as tangible compared to, you know, to Ultraman, who can be regular human size, but we're just having fun. In evolving the kaiju and the what do you call like the Ultraman things, like the the genre that they are, I guess it would be. I don't know, I can't remember, but in any case, I don't think it really matters that much. We will be wrapping up. We're gonna get figures in here. Okay. Things are going astray already. We're gonna put you back here. I feel like I want to keep Ultraman there. Keep Mechagodzilla here. Get Batman there. I'll have a Superman right here. Don't think that's better? I think it might be better like this. No, don't. The more like I just mess with this, it's the worse it gets. Can this be straight? Okay. I hate this. Stupid things. Just look at the camera, please. It's all you gotta do, bro. Point these things at the camera. They pointed? Are they forward? Are they straight on? Sometimes it's hard for me to tell. Okay, we are gonna reset for a minute because I am getting all mixed up with this setup. Had it good for a bit, but now it's like all messed up. I just killed Superman. Oh. His head literally fell off. Man. I'm just missing more paint on his hair. I gotta fill that in again. Bruh. Okay. Can this motherfucking thing just work? You do you. You do you. You do who? Alright. This is what we're doing. This is what I want you to look at, camera. Here's Superman. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. G. There is mother freaking Batman. There we go. Can this? Yeah, what are you doing? What are you trying to choose? What are you trying to choose to pay attention to? Can you pay attention on the thing that's in the front that I tell you to focus on? Camera? Okay. Can I get this motherfucking thing? Okay. We're gonna get Robot Superman. I am immensely angry with this camera. Just focus. Just stay there. You don't have to do anything else. And then you change it back. So it doesn't matter. Okay, what do I do with Batman and Ultraman? Who goes with them? Is that going to be like our crazy miscellaneous section? Because we got Superman, we got that, we got that. I'll probably do Wonder Woman next. If anyone. We can fit her. Then what can we do on the Ultraman side? Guess I could do Flex. That would be fine. Well, then I would rather do Wonder Woman on that side then. Because I can put Lex on the Superman side, because that makes more sense with what's going on here. There we go. Wonder Woman. She would be right here, technically. So then who's our guy in the back? Where's our one, I guess, weird robot dude? Kind of feeling Fugitoid. Even doing Star Wars. We'll see how Fugitoid kind of sticks out first. He's a bit short, to be honest. Might be better doing IG 12 or 11, whatever his name was, whatever his number. It's probably IG 12, I think it is. He fits that mold. Then have our Shark King at the back. Having Captain Carrot. On the other side of this. Cool. They're there. Because I can do Martian Manhunter. On this side. He wants to stand. Cool. Okay. Get one more character. Do I want to do full DC? Oh, I'm going to do one more fun character. Could do... I'm feeling the Foot Soldier. Even though he probably don't stick out that much. He ain't that tall, but the rest aren't really that tall anyways. He's probably the tallest besides, like, the droid. The regular Star Wars droid even can do a little... Well, the droid does have a little neck extension. He does technically stick out more, but if you had him more, he doesn't really take up that much space. Because I really would want him like right over here. And that's the thing. That's the hard part. Getting a figure that tall. I could do Jason if I wanted to. But even he's not that tall. Maybe I do... How about I use something to actually, you know, keep this elevated and keep it up. While also using a stand. So that I can ensure the shit I'm doing doesn't break. Let me see what I got. Stand-wise. Something that can work pretty well. This will work. But will it stand? Surprisingly, yes. I don't even need something like this high anyways, though. That is kind of high. For bro. I don't know. I'll just figure out something later. I probably got something I can use. But in the meantime, we'll just peek there. Be there. Maybe I can do one more character. One more right beside him so we can have someone. Maybe that'll be my Utitoid. Nope. Way too small. Okay. I think we're done. I think we're going to call it good for the night, y'all. Hope y'all have enjoyed. This has been a fun time. Looking at these figures and hanging out with y'all and chatting with y'all here who are on the stream. Oh. Hello, Michael. Got Zerez. I didn't see your message until now. Are 4 Gary and 12 the only robots from the movie with figures. Actually, well, first, welcome, Michael. But actually, they only made a number 4 figure, but I got a custom sticker set to cover up the 4 on the other Gary from a guy called Bearded Skull Studios, from a collector for collectors. There is his info yet again. Cool little sticker, works perfectly. It doesn't fully cover all the paint, especially when it comes to the corners. Yeah, you're welcome. Got some info. Also have the Ultraman back there, but we just opened up these 3. Originally just originally just planned on just doing these 2, but then kind of the other people in the live stream chose to also do the Ultraman because they wanted to see it, and I was like, all right, I'll oblige. So a lot of Superman 2025 kind of talk going on with the movie. So yeah, but these figures look great. It's cool to add these, even though I don't even have a Superman to go with these. Specifically the David Corn Sweat, don't have his version yet. I haven't found one of the figures that they've released of his Superman really that appealing. They just don't really work for me too much, so kind of waiting out for now. Seeing what comes out, seeing what catches the eye. But in the meantime, they'll work pretty well. I think we with just my comic ones, even though they might be pretty big, kind of exaggerated and not really too much on the nose with the comic stuff, but I think they'll work fine. I think they'll be still pretty cool, because my DC shelf is just a whole mix of stuff, but it's categorized, it's organized, so we'll get to somewhere. We'll make it work. So yeah, hope y'all have enjoyed. Be sure, like this video, comment what you want to see here on the channel, and subscribe. I appreciate all the support. Michael says I don't get why Freddy Stroma's, but the Vigilante doesn't have a figure. Honestly, true. How has he not had a figure yet? Or matter of fact, it's like even like more of like those characters from that movie. Like you have like the Peacemaker's dad, the White Dragon, I think he is, or the Red Dragon, whatever, something like that. And then you have like a bunch of like the other like the supers in there. It's like and that's even like still, it's like, how have they not done a Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl and okay, yeah, they did a Mr. Terrific. They did a Mr. Terrific, but not the other 2 characters. Like they did comic versions of them released at the same time, but White Dragon. Okay. But yeah. But it's like it's kind of like not having a Guy Gardner and a Hawk Girl already too, so we gotta wait on that. So like I don't know how much of like Peacemaker stuff we're gonna get, because they just made a Peacemaker season 2 figure in one of University's Blue Dragon. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, in that second universe that they showed in season 2. And that show was it was good, in my opinion. It wasn't perfect, but I liked a lot of it. But it was just mainly just that finale, in my opinion, which is like, was a little underwhelming. I'm like, all right, that's it. All right, let's do the thing, I guess. But yeah, hope y'all have enjoyed. If you have any questions before we head on out, or if y'all here on the live stream want to see anything, be sure to let me know. But I'll just plug all my other stuff. Be sure to check out my Instagram. I just put up a new reel, a new behind the scenes reel where I go over my most recent photo collaboration with a bunch of other dudes on Insta, where we did a Joker hostage shot. So more DC there too, if you like DC, I guess. But lots of variety here on the channel and over on the Instagram. So check that out in the description of this video. And yeah, see y'all next week. Get ready for some FNAF, some Freddy Fazbear. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be ridiculous, but it's gonna be a fun time. Can't wait. But I'll see y'all next week. Have a good one. Oh yeah. Oh wait. One last thing. We do have like my top fans kind of thing here. It shows me. So number 3 is Gabe with 75 XP. Michael at number 2 with 75, and Dave at 150 XP. Thank y'all for the support. And thank you for the likes here live too. So yeah. Y'all have a good one. Have a good night. Be cool. Do good. Goodbye. All right.